Sensei Cloud, getting started with ePrescriptions. Click Continue to proceed. The Sensei Cloud ePrescription service enables you to send and manage prescriptions electronically. After you enroll in this service and set up the integration, Sensei Cloud works directly with ePrescriptions to facilitate direct communication with the patient's pharmacy using stored preferences. Configuring ePrescriptions. You will need to set permissions for team members that can manage patient prescriptions. To configure user permissions, from the Administration tab, select Permissions, Group Permissions. Click Prescribers, edit Group Members. Select the team members with permission to manage prescriptions and click Save. Permission changes take effect the next time the user logs in. Before using the ePrescription service, the Prescription, Pharmacy, and Drug Utilization Review (DUR) preferences need to be set. From the Administration tab, select eServices, ePrescriptions. Click Prescription Preferences to create and manage preferred prescriptions for each prescriber of your practice. Click Pharmacy Preferences to select preferred pharmacies to display by default when creating electronic prescriptions. Click DUR Preferences to set drug review warning preferences for the facility or doctor on the list. You can choose to view all warnings, view warnings that are moderate and severe only, or view severe warnings only. You can also enter any default reasons for overriding a drug warning, enabling you to quickly select a reason during the prescription process. Example: patient previously tolerated medication. Creating a new ePrescription. After ePrescriptions is configured, all patient prescriptions in Sensei Cloud are handled electronically. Any existing paper-based prescriptions are automatically archived for continued review, but can no longer be printed, voided, or reordered. To view a patient's prescription information, from the patient record, go to Clinical Prescriptions. All new electronic prescriptions are synchronized back to the patient record. You can filter the list to search for a prescription, click Prescription ID to view details, cancel, void, or discontinue a prescription. Under Actions, you can create a new ePrescription and manage existing prescriptions. ePrescriptions are automatically synced between Change Healthcare Clinician and Sensei Cloud. However, Refresh All ePrescriptions is available to manually sync ePrescriptions if needed. Click Create a new prescription. The ePrescriptions module opens. If Prescription Hub is unable to locate any benefit plan information, ePrescriptions alerts the user and the display indicates the state Medicaid plan based on the patient's address. If the patient is not eligible for Medicaid, select Use None. When creating a new prescription, complete each required field notated by a blue dot. After selecting the prescriber, confirm the DEA number. If you are a nurse practitioner or a physician's assistant, select a supervisor. In the drug field, enter the first few letters of the prescribed drug and select it from the list. If the drug is not listed, search for it. The drug search window provides a list of medications in the database that start with the letters entered into the description field. It also provides the generic version of drugs when available. To select a generic version, click the link displayed in the generic name column. To select a brand name drug, click Select next to the drug name. Once a drug is selected, click View DUR Warnings. DUR warnings in red must be reviewed before issuing the prescription. DUR warnings are based solely on the allergens added for the patient in the ePrescriptions module before creating a prescription. Allergen information from Sensei Cloud is not linked, and any allergens added while creating a prescription will not prompt notification until the next prescription is written. If the DUR summary includes a red warning, you can still prescribe the medication and include an override reason. Click Accept and Return. The override reason notes are added to the Notes to Pharmacist field. In the SIG field, enter instructions for taking the drug or select from the list that is displayed when you start typing. Click the arrow to display a list of SIGs pulled from your prescription preferences, as well as any available industry standards for the medication. If the patient is under 18 or over 62, no industry standards will be available. A blank list means that a SIG must be created by clicking the Build SIG button. If a preferred medication is chosen with the SIG selected, the quantity, days supply, refills, and units of measure fields are populated automatically. If the SIG was created when the prescription was created, complete these fields manually. Select the DAW checkbox if you want the pharmacy to use the brand name and not substitute a generic form of the medication. Use the Notes to Pharmacist field to enter any additional comments. The notes are transmitted to the pharmacy and become a part of the patient's drug history record. The Issue To field populates automatically with the pharmacy from the last prescription issued. To select a different pharmacy for this patient, click the arrow to display a list of favorites or click Search. To view further prescription information about the patient, select Prescription History. Under Reported Prescription, report any medication that the patient is taking but is not in the history. Note, if selected now, you will have to recreate the prescription. Click Monograph to display information regarding the medication being prescribed, which can be printed for the patient. Select Dosage to activate the dosage checker and check to guard against overdosing or underdosing the patient. EPA, Electronic Prior Authorization, is used if a payer requires a prior authorization for the drug. PDMP, Prescription Drug Monitoring Program, allows you to meet regulatory mandates to query state databases for certain drugs to intervene for patient safety and mitigate potential controlled substance abuse. If selected, you are prompted to enroll if you have not done so already. Build SIG enables you to create and save a new SIG in your preferences for this medication. Click Insert Allergies to populate the Notes to Pharmacist field with the allergies present in the patient history. When the prescription is complete, click Issue to issue it, or click Hold to place it on hold for authorization and issue later. If Hold is selected, the ePrescription is added to the authorization list for the designated doctor. Once the prescription is issued, a confirmation screen is displayed. To manage ePrescriptions for a patient, from the Patient tab, select Clinical Prescriptions. Click Manage Prescriptions. Use this window to view and manage active prescriptions for the patient. Creating an ePrescription for a controlled substance. The process for creating an ePrescription for a controlled substance is the same as creating a new ePrescription up until the point of issuing the prescription. Controlled substance prescriptions require an electronic signature from the prescriber prior to being issued to the pharmacy. Carestream Dental eServices uses Change Healthcare and their ID.me service for provider authentication when prescribing controlled substances. Complete a new prescription and click Issue. The prescription summary window opens with details of the prescription for review. The first time you create an ePrescription for a controlled substance, you are prompted by ID.me to create a passphrase. This unique passphrase is required to be entered for every script. During the registration process for ID.me, it was recommended to use push notifications for approval of account authentication. Click Push. Approve the sign-in notification on your device. Now in ePrescriptions, you are able to select Sign and Transmit for the prescription to complete the sign-in process and issue the prescription. The ePrescriptions issued window is displayed, confirming that the prescription was issued successfully. Running reports. To run reports or check authorizations for ePrescriptions, open the Administration tab. Select eServices, ePrescriptions. Under Reporting, select Today's Status to access an overview of recent prescriptions. Select Prescription Authorizations to review and manage prescriptions that require authorization. Lastly, select Prescription Reports to select criteria for a custom report. This concludes Sensei Cloud Getting Started with ePrescriptions.